Hey guys, one of the things that I really do like about the carnivore diet is the simple fact that you don't have to track calories or macros when you're on this diet. It makes things so much simpler, so much easier to follow this diet without having to worry about calories and tracking stuff. We're not talking about an anti-date. This is not like anti-data. I mean, science can't be denied. I mean, calories in, calories out, burn more than you put in, you're going to lose weight. But what this does is all that gets accomplished without you having to measure it or weigh it or try to figure stuff out on your own. It's all about removing the friction you find when you try to follow normal diets that require you to weigh all your food and track all your calories and track your macros. I mean, think about this, most men don't fail a diet because they don't have information. I mean, just get on Google these days or ChatGPT or anywhere else and you can find all the information you want about every diet, how to do it that's out there. What happened with me is also one of the reasons I think many men fail. It's not that we don't know the information, it's that the system, the diet system that this creator put together, it's just way too complicated to follow. I mean, you've got Weight Watchers diets where you got to take carbs out of one side and put carbs on the other side. You've got keto where you have to weigh every bit of food you put in your mouth, track your macros, make sure that you don't go more than 20 grams of carbs in a day. You got the Zone diet by Barry Sears, been around for 30 years or more. That's all about 30, 30, 30. You split all your food equally, but that still requires you to weigh all your food and to track your macros, track your calories. And all that's just complicated. It's all leads you to many, many decisions you have to make. And there comes a point in time where, just like me, you're going to throw your hands up in the air and just say, I can't do this anymore. It's too complicated. There's too many decisions to make. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. You're going to give up. You're going to hit the bag of Reese's Cups or the Twix bar or the McDonald's burgers, or the pizza, or the donuts, or whatever it is that your weakness is. You're going to hit it simply because you're too tired to make any more decisions. Kind of in this video, I kind of want to just briefly talk on tracking, why you don't need tracking, and why when you do try to track, it actually ends up making stuff a lot harder for a lot of people. I will tell you, and this is something I have battled against and occasionally still battle against, is that tracking what you eat, weighing your food, it makes me feel more responsible. It makes me feel more precise. It makes me feel like I'm more in control because I know every bit of everything I'm putting in my mouth. The problem is it starts to create what I like to call decision fatigue, where you just get tired of making decisions of, can I eat this? What is this? How much does it weigh? How many grams of protein? How many grams of carb? How many grams of fat does this have? Is this going to add up? Am I going to be over my daily limits? It turns your diet into one really big complicated math problem, which just complicates things and makes things really, really difficult to follow. And I think one of the downfalls of most modern diets that follow this way of doing things is that it shifts your focus away from what really matters. So instead of focusing on how your body is reacting to the food you eat, or how your body is handling the food, or is your body receiving hunger signals and is your body telling you it's hungry, it shifts it over to a math problem where instead of listening to your body through the day, you're going, oh, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, time for eat breakfast. Breakfast has to be 3 eggs, 4 ounces of bacon, 3 ounces of sausage. Oh, it's 12 o'clock, it's time to eat lunch. No, lunch is 8 ounces of burger, it's 4 ounces of broccoli. Oh, it's 3 o'clock, I have to have my protein shake for my afternoon snack. I got to write down what my macros are for it. It shifts the focus away from just listening to your body and discovering what you need to do to lose weight and how to eat right, to making everything boil down to a math problem, which in my personal opinion, is just not ever going to be a sustainable way to maintain a diet, to maintain a lifestyle. And that's what we're getting at here, is this is not a diet. You're not trying to start a diet because by definition, your diet is something that you start. It has a beginning date. You're going to finish it at the end date. And that's your diet. And when you do a diet and that's your mentality, when you finish your diet and you hit the end date, you're subconsciously going to go back to eating the crap food that you were eating before, instead of while you were losing weight and while you were on your diet, learning how to feed your body correctly so your body gets what it needs without becoming fat. And so let's not think about carnivore as a diet. We got to think about a carnivore or a carnivore-ish or an animal-based lifestyle way of eating. It's a permanent change. It's not one that you're ever going to come off of. You're going to experiment. Excuse me. You're going to experiment. You're going to find out what foods your body can handle, what foods your body don't like. And then you're going to go back and stick to that same types of food for the rest of your life, with very, very few exceptions. In my opinion, the whole thing with tracking is, tracking doesn't reduce stress. It doesn't make things easier. It just simply adds another layer of stress while you're already stressed enough trying to lose weight and stay on a diet. And it's one of the things I love about Carnivore is Carnivore just works differently. It doesn't follow any of these rules, much less stress, many, many fewer decisions to make. And in my opinion, it's just an overall easier way of eating to follow. Simple explanation, when you're on Carnivore, you're eating protein, you're eating fat. Protein and fat are going to help you learn the signals that your body is giving you, because protein and fat are going to make you less hungry. You'll have much more satiety eating protein and fat. Your blood sugar is going to stabilize. You're not going to have big ups and downs. That's the reason why if you eat carbs in the afternoon, you get a really nice rush. You're full of energy for 30 minutes, an hour. And then after that, you want that afternoon nap. It's because the carbs spiked your blood sugar, and that's where the energy came from. And as your body got rid of the carbs, your blood sugar crashes, and that's why you're tired all of a sudden. When you take the carbs out, eating protein and fat, your blood sugar stays stable most of the time. And because you're feeling full and you're satisfied, then when you get hungry, you'll know it. Your hunger signals will be much clearer for you to hear. And that way you'll know, hey, my body's telling me it's hungry, it's time to go eat. If your body's not telling you it's hungry, you don't go eat. It's the natural food. Your body understands how to handle it and it understands what signals to give to you. It's the processed food that comes in boxes that confuse our body. You have to track what you eat when it comes in a box, because you're not eating, in my opinion, you're not eating natural food. You've got to go find something else to eat. You've got to track it so you understand exactly what you're eating. Another great advantage of is just the repetition. When the food is simple, the signals to your body are simple, it's very easy to understand. You don't have to worry about all this complicated tracking. You just eat meat, eat fat, and when you're done, you're finished. Tracking just interferes with your progress of learning how to understand your body and give your body what it needs. And one of the problems when you do start tracking is you'll start overeating food because your totals look like they are not high enough. Or the numbers are too high because they look too high. I mean, how many times have you followed one of those trackers like my Fitbit and you said, oh, my target calories for the day are 2,500 calories. You get to 9 p.m., you're like, oh, I've still got 500 calories left. I can have a cookie. No, you can't have a cookie. So tracking just causes more problems. I mean, you'll also find people that you're eating less than your body needs in order to hit your target protein or your target carbs for that day. And that just screws up your body too, because you're not giving your body the food it actually needs. You're going by what it says on the sheet of paper. It goes back to the whole thing I've said before, is too many people think they have to be hungry in order to lose weight. And so you'll just ignore the fact that you're hungry, that your body is screaming for food. You just ignore it so you don't go over the number of calories you're supposed to have that day. And that day you might have a very valid reason why you need more calories. You might have worked too hard or exercised too hard. Your body needs food to replenish itself. It goes back. I tell you, most of the problems I've seen on Carnivore for myself and from friends of mine that do Carnivore is under eating and under salting. If you don't eat enough food, that's where the Carnivore problems come from. Generally, when you eat enough food and have enough sodium in your diet, you have very, very few issues and problems on Carnivore diet. It's not that you have I guess what I'm trying to say is when you try to track the food, you're not really learning discipline. You're not following discipline. You're not really learning anything because you're just following what's written on a sheet of paper that may or may not work for you and your body in that situation that you're in that day. So don't pay too much attention to tracking. That's why I just don't like it. You need to use a different system. When you're on Carnivore, what you're going to pay attention to is your hunger signals. Are you hungry? Eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Pay attention to your energy. If you're lacking energy, you're feeling yourself getting tired, you don't have the energy, your chances are you're under eating. You need to eat more. Pay attention to satiety. Are you feeling hungry? If you're feeling hungry, then you're not eating enough at meals. It's going to lead to other problems. So make sure that you are eating plenty at the meal. So that's what you want to do. Cravings happen a lot when you're on Carnivore. Usually, if you're having lots of cravings after the first week or two, then you need to make sure you're eating more at your meals, because it's probably a signal that you're not eating enough. Now, the first 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to have cravings just because you're adjusting your diet. You're cold turkeying off carbs, and just like any other addiction, your body is telling you, hey, I need the addiction. I need that hit of dopamine in my brain. As far as feedback loops and that are concerned, you'll get much better feedback listening to your body than you will trying to follow what's written on a sheet of paper. Another thing you want to keep in point is carnivore works, but it really only works when you are very repetitive and you eat mostly boring meals. When you eat the same meals every day, you're taking out, there's no more guesswork left. You know what you're going to eat every single meal. It's always pretty much the same. You get a predictable meal, a predictable shopping list, your meal prep time is predictable, and you pretty much get the same results every time. They're really predictable. You don't have to think as much. The thinking slows way down, so you don't have to worry about making decisions, and you'll end up just naturally sticking to the diet better than you could have before. So the big question you'll hear on trying to listen to your body is, how do you know you're eating enough food? Well, if your hunger persists and you keep staying hungry, you're not eating enough food. If your energy crashes and you find yourself running out of energy, you're not eating enough food. If you're constantly thinking about food, having cravings, obsessing with food, you're not eating enough food. Any of those symptoms pop up, you're hungry, energy crashes, you have an obsession with food, you have cravings, you're not eating enough food, start eating more food. First couple of weeks, you're going to have to eat even more food to help your body make that change over to protein and fat and getting off the carbs. It's normal after the first 1 or 2 weeks, maybe the third week, you'll find you naturally start eating less food because your body gets used to what it's expecting. And this way is actually much easier and much simpler than trying to guess how much food you need using a computer program to tell you how many calories you should be eating every day. Listen to your body, learn to listen to your body. It'll tell you when it needs food and when it doesn't need food. Personal opinion, tracking just adds friction to your diet. It makes things more complicated. It makes it harder to follow your diet. Carnivore simplifies all those signals. It makes it easier to follow. Use your energy, use your hunger as a guide. When you're hungry, when the energy flags, eat more food. Under eating is going to be your biggest problem. It's going to cause you to have more problems on carnivore than anything else. Just remember, when the system is this simple, it's so simple. When it's this simple, you don't need complicated tools, you don't need journals, you don't need a food notebook, you don't need to worry about any of that, okay? Stick with carnivore, make it boring, make it repetitive, make it simple, don't track anything, and you got this. I believe in you. Stay strong. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.